What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode of The 8 Below Show. Welcome everyone to 8 Below, the best entertainment related show here on YouTube. And I'm super excited about our episode here today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. With the first round of Phase 5 in the books, guys, and as we await, of course, the top 100 reveal, I wanted to talk about from all of those responses that I've seen personally for this Phase 5 recruitment challenge. I've seen a lot of responses, guys. I mean, look, we'll talk about this later on in the show about how many responses Phase has received for Phase 5, but let's just put it this way. It's a lot of responses, and I've seen a lot, and I definitely want to get your guys' thoughts about who had the best Phase 5 response as far as from your personal perspective. So let's talk about that. Who had the best response, guys? Obviously, you guys know, I love me some me sometimes, and so I'm going to say that, you know, in a completely biased way, I feel like I had a great response, and I think it's up there with many other responses out there. I think that we put everything that we had into the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge, from not just the response itself, but what we did throughout the course of, you know, those 2 weeks. I mean, ultimately, those 2 weeks leading up to the Phase 5 response, I think that we did something really special. 5+ videos a day, 71 videos in total for the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge, which I believe was a record for the most videos ever put out for Phase 5. You guys can kind of course, check on that and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we broke a record for Phase 5 as far as that's concerned. But ultimately, I loved our response, but there's a lot of other guys out there who did a great job. One of those being Mario, who is a part of Seven, guys. He was one of the founders of Seven with Unlucky. They actually were a part of L7, and then of course after, you know, departing L7, their new venture is, you know, Team 7, and so he brought out a response that I thought was really cool. You know, he kind of like custom made this car. He did some really cool things in his response that were very unique, and so I really enjoyed Mario and what he did with his response. I also really enjoyed Parallel Potter as well as Parallel Sean. Both of their responses were really good as well. I think that both of them have a really good chance. Sean has been a part of the trick shotting and sniping community for a very long time. I think it's like close to 10 years. And you also have Potter, who has taken trick shotting to a new type of, you know, spectrum almost. Pretty much what he does, guys, is he does in real life trick shots while going for trick shots on Call of Duty, which is really awesome. It's like very unique, and that's something I really respect a lot. I love the uniqueness of it. And I just love, one of the big reasons for me, guys, that those two, I absolutely love their responses, is because it kind of still ties into what Phase 5 was all about. The origin story of Phase 5 was all about trickshotting and sniping in Call of Duty, and that's what Phase 5 was all about back in the day. Now, obviously, it's changed where it's everyone and anyone can go for Phase 5, but I still really enjoy that. The same can be said for Obey Bams. I thought Bams did an incredible job, guys. I thought that his response was great. Let's just put it this way. There were a number of people who I really enjoyed. And you can look no further, guys, than the voices of Phase 5, which came out from Stropsy. They featured 6 of us that in that article. I'll put it in the description down below. But we, 6 of us, I was one of the people included in that had responses, and people really, you know, were able to, you know, kind of show off what they were all about. And I was one of those people. But there was another person, her name is Knowledge. She is a creator, guys, who's 13 years old, and she has done something that reminds me of what I was kind of doing back in the day, guys, when I was, you know, that young, and getting into the, you know, the scene from a content perspective and such. I was more like 16 when I started really playing Call of Duty in a massive way, and just kind of really getting into video creation. But her being 13 and creating what she put together for her Phase 5 response, it wasn't anything like super special, but it reminds me of what it was like going for different recruitment challenges, and just being, you know, kind of that origin story. And I think that if she continues doing what she does, guys, moving forward and really kind of puts into practice over time, she's going to be something really special in the future. Now, obviously, guys, there's a number of other people. I mean, I could go on and on the list of people that went for this recruitment challenge that did unbelievable things, but those would probably be the ones at the top of my list. There's a lot of other trick shotters, a lot of other snipers, I think, that really got a good shot. As far as artists, different comedians, musicians, there's going to be people who are definitely going to be dark horses that are going to come out of nowhere and are going to make the top 100, I'm sure. And we're all going to be dissecting and breaking down those individuals in the top 100. And that's what makes Phase 5 so incredible. It can really make somebody who's an underdog or someone who's underrated and turn them into something that they never thought was possible just through the recruitment challenge itself. But those are the best Phase 5 responses. I can't really say, guys, that there was one response, other than myself, of course, that had, the best Phase 5 response. I would say there was a number of people who I thought had very good responses, and the spectrum all the way around, from trick shotting, sniping, content creation, to Fortnite, to just, streaming, all of those different things, these different individuals were able to pull off, and it's something really special, guys. But I would love to know from all of you, who do you think had the best Phase 5 response? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Phase 5 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. We've talked on the YouTube channel about Silent Hill and this franchise, past, present, and what could very well be the future of this franchise. And I want to talk more about Silent Hills and the game that we were supposed to get here that never ended up happening because of the separation of Konami and Kojima. And I want to talk, though, guys, because of the rumblings, the talk, speculation that this series could very well be coming back with Kojima at the helm. I want to talk about the top 5 things that we want in Silent Hills. And when I say we, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions here. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. Let me know, though, in the comment section down below what you all want to see in Silent Hills. So let's get into it. Coming in, guys, at number 1 for me, when it comes to Silent Hills, just make it happen. Konami, Sony, Kojima, make it happen. We want to see another title, obviously, in the series, but I would love to see what was going to be Kojima's Silent Hills and his take on this franchise. We all know, guys, with Playable Teaser, or PT, that this was a title that was, Silent Hill. I mean, it was going to be within that universe and everything, and obviously the separation between Konami and Kojima happened at a point in time, guys, where I really actually wish that at least we would have gotten Silent Hills before the separation happened, but it happened before that. Nonetheless, guys, I just want to see this title happen. There was so much excitement around it. I for one, guys, I'm a massive horror fan. You guys know this, but I would have loved to see Silent Hills and actually, got to really play this title, and we didn't get that. So just make it happen, please. At number 2, guys, I actually really want to see Silent Hills pick up directly where Playable Teaser left off, or PT left off. So we know, guys, as you're going through, I would actually love to play that style once again, where you have like these different types of puzzles and such within Silent Hills. In PT, guys, you're basically going into the same hallway over and over again throughout until you're able to leave. And each time you go through the hallway, it changes. And so things like that I would love to see here, but I would love to see them like pick up right where it left off, where it was almost like this semi-open to this open world scenario where you see Norman Reedus as in character in the Silent Hill universe. He's staring down a road, and obviously, guys, he's in Silent Hill. And I would have loved to see, picked up and started right where that left off. I think that could have been a really cool, scenario. And I would love to see puzzles and things of that nature similar to what we saw in PT throughout the course of the story. That would be awesome as well. At number 3 for me, guys, I've stated this ad nauseum at this point on the YouTube channel, that when we talk about these IPs that are AAA, titles, I always say that they need to be full packages, and look no further than Silent Hills as well. I want to see a full package here for Silent Hills. That being a full-blown single-player story, co-op modes, and multiplayer. And the reason is because after you're done playing that single-player story, instead of moving on to other games, you very well may just continue playing Silent Hills, especially those of us who are big fans of the title and really just big fans of the franchise as a whole. Gives you more reason to come back to the game over and over again, to play co-op with your friends, to go up against waves and waves of enemies in like a PvE setting, or being able to play multiplayer, PvP settings. All of those things I would love to see here. It justifies the $60 price tag, which I don't think Silent Hills would be a free-to-play game, but nonetheless, I would love to see a full package here, because obviously I think it would do well to really bring the community together to play this title, but also keep you there. It's one of my biggest criticisms of Death Stranding, which was Kojima's newest, game, or latest. That being that there was nothing after the campaign to really connect with the game. You could, of course, play the campaign over and over again, but for the concepts and all of that, I loved the story, loved the concepts of it. I just wanted to continue like ways that I could connect afterwards. I thought that there could have been some really cool concepts with the multiplayer, so on and so forth, but they never did. So I just want to see a full package here for Silent Hills. Coming in, guys, at number 4. I alluded to it earlier, but I want to see Hideo Kojima take the helm once again of this title. I don't want to see anyone else right now, because I think that Kojima was meant to do a horror title in the Silent Hills universe, or Silent Hill universe. I want to see Kojima be that guy and do it, because I don't know if anyone's going to be able to really capture what Kojima was going for with, Silent Hills, the first time around. Now, obviously, if you were to ask me, we're not going to have Kojima as the director of this, but we are going to bring it back. Do you still want it to come back, or do you not want it to come back? Absolutely, I would say I want Silent Hill to come back. It's been a long time since we had a Silent Hill, but I would prefer Kojima to take the helm here, without a doubt, guys. It's one of the top things that I want out of Silent Hills, because Kojima is one of the best in the world at the craft, and I think that he could really bring some very intriguing elements to Silent Hills, and I think he already had a lot of those that he was planning on but never got to finish. Coming in last but not least, guys, at number 5. I think Kojima does a really good job many times, guys, when we talk about setting things up for the future, and how what he a lot of times does is he kind of creates a game, and when he, at the conclusion of it, a lot of times there's a lot of mystery, but many times he kind of just sets it up as its own story, like he's not planning on making another game in that specific franchise, whether we're talking Death Stranding or a different IP. Sometimes, they definitely have those moments where it's going to kind of, set up what is to come. But I think that with Silent Hills, I really want to see, even though Kojima doesn't do it all the time, I would love to see him set up the next generation of Silent Hill games. I'm not expecting him to make do Silent Hills and then a Silent Hills 2 and then 3, so on and so forth. But I am hoping he sets up this one for the next generation of these titles to come out, so that there's something to follow it up with. There's other, directors that can come in and such. I just think that he needs to really start it, and it would be awesome to see him do, multiple Silent Hill games, but this one I believe needs to set up, regardless of whether it's Kojima or someone else, set up the next generation of Silent Hills games. But with that, guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what is it that you all want to see out of Silent Hills? Is there something in particular that you guys want to see? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Silent Hills content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. With the conclusion of the first round of Phase 5, guys, as I had talked earlier in the show about just, Phase 5 and the responses that came out and how, a lot of, things that we're waiting for as far as, clarification from FaZe itself as to whether or not, when are we going to see the top 100 come out? Well, guys, according to their official Twitter account, when I saw this is mind-blowing to me. There is no set date for the Phase 5 top 100 reveal yet. Over 200,000 people tried out, so please be patient. Is there an underrated response you might not have caught our eye, or you think might not have caught our eye? Reply with it below. Guys, all I'm going to say is 200,000 people tried out for Phase 5 here in 2020. That is by far the most they've ever had. And I had stated this, guys. You guys can look it up back on my YouTube channel. I stated that this was going to be the biggest Phase 5 recruitment challenge in history. Because obviously, for number one, it's not just Call of Duty trickshot and sniping anymore. Number two, it's for anyone and everyone, whether you're an artist, musician, trickshot, or streamer, content creator, whatever it is that you do. It's for everybody. And this shows it. I believe, guys, that when Phase 5 came out in the past, I think the most submissions they ever had was like 10,000. Maybe it was a little bit more than that. Let's just say it was 20,000. Guys, they got 200,000 people that tried out for Phase 5 to make it, to this team, or at least make it to the top 100. That is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. We've never seen anything like that for any team, esports team, ever. That's huge. That is so huge. And all I got to say, guys, is that we're just going to have to give them time. Because my advice, even though obviously FaZe doesn't need to listen to me, but what I would say, guys, is I really would love FaZe to just take their time. Take your time. Take as much time as you need. Make sure you're getting the 100 people that deserve it the most, period. That's what I think needs to happen. I think they need to go through every single submission, right? Because I think everyone deserves an equal shot. Whether you have a huge following, a very small following, you're just getting started, whatever it is, I believe everyone should be given an equal opportunity to have a shot at maybe making it into the top 100. So I am totally okay with them taking their time, especially with 200,000 people that tried out. Now, obviously, guys, I did not expect it to be that high. I thought that maybe like 100,000 people or something along those lines. But 200,000, that's doubling up on what I was even expecting, even remotely. This is the biggest Phase 5 recruitment challenge that we've ever had. It's the biggest recruitment challenge of all time when we talk about gaming and esports, and it's not even close. And it's very exciting. It is very exciting, guys. I cannot wait to see what happens here, guys, in the future with the top 100 reveal. I can't wait just to see who's making it, right? I hope I'm one of those people, but I can't wait to see all of the 100 people that make it. It's going to be something really special because that if there's that many people that tried out, there's going to be some very good submissions, guys. Sure, there will be some submissions that, were maybe taken lightly or weren't, some people weren't like fully serious about it or something. But there's going to be a lot of those that are very serious people who want to join FaZe. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge, guys. I cannot wait, guys. I want to say thank you to everyone for all the support you guys have been giving me, throughout the course of that Phase 5, the round one of the Phase 5 recruitment challenge. Like I said, I believe we put ourselves in a great position. I think that our response was actually very underrated. Doesn't even have 500 views on it. So I think that we did something that no one else did. 71 videos in total, 5+ videos a day for the Phase 5 recruitment challenge in those 2 weeks. I think we did something really special that no one else did. And I'm very happy. I have no regrets, guys. Regardless of whether we win or lose, make it to top 100 or not, we're going to keep the grind going, man. We're going to keep pushing forward. And it's a huge opportunity, guys. Absolutely huge opportunity. But thank you once again to FaZe. Take your time. Make sure that you are picking the 100 best people in the world. Let me know, though, guys. Who do you think is going to make it to the top 100 based on the simple fact that over 200,000 people tried out for this thing? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Phase 5 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. with the reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my initial thoughts on zombies here in 2020 and give you guys a little bit of some, backstory as to where I come from with zombies. And it's not really a long story, guys, but all in all, I have never really gotten into zombies as a lot of people have in the past. And the reason is, guys, is because it's always felt that, you're progressing and progressing through zombies and you're beating waves and waves of zombies. And then once you die, it's all over and you start all over again. Whereas I'm the kind of gamer who likes to actually complete things. I like to actually complete something or be able to save my progress along the way. And that was one of my biggest criticisms of Call of Duty Zombies in the past. Now, I absolutely loved Extinction. I thought that was a really cool concept. I would have loved to see that evolve over time. But nonetheless, let's talk about zombies now in 2020 with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And with that reveal, guys, I gotta say, it looks exciting. It looks fresh in a multitude of different ways. And I've got to say, guys, that they haven't really done necessarily all of the things that I would love, but they're starting to move in that direction. I love the concept, guys, that when you feel like you're probably pretty close to death, you can basically call in a chopper and you can essentially you survive a couple of more rounds and then you can escape, sort of thing. I love that concept. I love the concept of different perks, the different, weaponry that you're able to get immediately from when you're working, through the multiplayer. Everything's kind of working together from multiplayer to of course the campaign to now with zombies. I love where they're going with this. Now, sure, they don't have it yet, guys, where you have like save points. They don't have it yet where you're able to actually beat the experience all in all. Maybe they do here, but for the most part, it seems like you're still just going to be going up against waves and waves of enemies consistently, but they're changing it a little bit, which I think is a really good thing for those of us who are kind of, after a while, guys, of playing zombies. I just got kind of sick and tired of playing it. Personally, when I really got into zombies was probably back in Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, and I got into it, but the problem was that I could only play it for so long. After you're done beating a number of waves, and then once you die and you have to start all over, I wouldn't do it again because I just like the concept of being able to kind of save your progress, get to where you were. So that was one thing that bothered me about it. Now, with this concept of being able to have better weapons than a pistol at the very beginning of the game, that is awesome. I think that also the element of story and the emphasis that they're putting on the story here, we know with Black Ops 4 that they had a pretty strong story there, and they're kind of continuing that. They're more so moving on to the next chapter, so to speak. But I gotta say that this looks to be the best zombies I've seen in a while. Now, we're gonna have to wait and see, guys, get our actual hands-on impressions of zombies. This could be one of the zombies that I actually really enjoy because it's more of something where if I feel like I'm in trouble, I can call a chopper. I can, you have a sentry that you can set up that can just mow down enemies. I love the concepts that they're incorporating here into Call of Duty Zombies with Black Ops Cold War. And I think it could really create a pretty awesome experience. And the DLC is free for everyone, which is absolutely awesome. Crossplay. I gotta say, guys, overall, the trailer reminded me a lot of actually Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer reveal. It kind of reminded me of like that high tension, high intensity excitement, right? And so all in all, guys, I'm on board with zombies this year, man. I'm on board, and we'll have to kind of wait and see. Is it something that you can beat, similar to like Extinction? Is it something where you're able to save your progress? Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, but if you feel like you're going to die, instead of, having to, basically essentially start all over again, if you do, you can end up like, trying to really will yourself and your team to victory at least a couple of rounds before that chopper comes in to rescue you. And that's pretty awesome. I can't wait to see how it plays out. I would love to hear from you guys though. What do you think? I'm not, guys, My history with zombies has not been great, and it's not been something I've put, tons of hours into. I have enjoyed it for what it is, and it is fun to play with your friends at times. But there comes a point where after, going up, a number of waves, let's say you get 20, 30 waves, and then all of a sudden you die or you have a bad round, and then you got to start all over again. That's very deflating and demotivating, at least to myself. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. What do you think? Are you excited about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies or not? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Call of Duty Zombies content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. And with that being said, everyone, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of The 8 Below Show. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.